Years old. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for watching Located Made It. I'm Made It. This is the first season, first episode of Located Made It. Before we get into it, press the subscribe button for me. Like this video, comment underneath below. On our first episode, we got a stepper with us. We got a big stepper. And I don't want nobody to think that you gotta be a killer just to be a stepper. See, my definition of a stepper, someone that stand on business, somebody stand 10 toes, somebody that provide for their family, somebody can make the sunshine even on a rainy day. So don't think you gotta be a killer just to be a stepper. So with that being said, welcome Dove from the Big Stepper Podcast.
What's up, cuz?
Appreciate you. Tell me how you feeling today, man.
I'm feeling good, man. Long day at work, or 8 hours, you know what I'm saying? 8.5. They don't pay niggas for lunch, but you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good, man.
I
Ready
definitely
to do this
feel that.
interview with you, cuz. Appreciate you for making me the motherfucking first episode.
Oh man, definitely. I thank you for coming on, man.
Sure.
So I understand. I definitely came through. Y'all had a live show down at the City Winery recently. How was it?
Man, that shit was amazing, man. Like, I expected a good turnout, but like, sometimes you kind of undercut yourself, or like, you know what I'm saying? And when I was like looking in the stands, like the crowd, I'm like, damn, like we packed this joint out. It was like ladies galore. Family came through.
Facts.
The lights was shining, smelling good. You know what I'm saying? It was a little hot, but you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
A lot of colored people in one building. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, it was a great experience, man. We're gonna do it again.
Yes, sir. How many people did y'all bring out to that joint, if you know, like off the top of your head?
Out of 150, 122.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
So I mean, next time we gotta get 150.
Facts. That's definitely. Let's get right into it. So, for those that don't know who Dove is, introduce yourself to the people.
Shit, man, I'm Dove. Unc Dove, nephew, Unc. Man, I got a lot of names, man. Nice, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of names. Originating from Southwest. Been doing a podcast going on 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in April. So, Big Step of Podcast. That's what I do. I work, you know what I'm saying? I'm a working man, you know what I'm saying? I don't do too much, man. Stay out the way, you know, take care of the family, handle business, be there when I gotta be. Podcasting, that's my thing. That's my baby, man. I can't even lie to you, cuz it's my thing, man.
Facts, I feel you. So when did you start the business? When you started podcasting?
Officially, I started in 2021. I was like at that point, at the end of 2020 is when I really started putting everything together. Me and my partner, my partner, Jay, shout out to Jay the Bull, my partner. We had always been friends on Facebook. You know, we would every now and then chime in and talk about different subjects and shit like that. And then like I was trying to do podcasting for years. I don't talk about that much because I was trying to do podcasting for about 3 years. But everything that I tried to do like would always fall through. So this situation in particular, happened where I was just on Facebook, just lounging. Damn, I need to be potting. My man hit me back. He like, yo, he sent me like a keyboard and a microphone. I'm like, damn, this nigga ready. And pretty much from there, we started chatting. We met up a couple times. Originally, we was gonna do the pot in my old basement. I had a finished basement, but then once that situation fell through, we found a studio. We pretty much started off recording from our phones and shit at first, from my phone, of course. At the studio, they was doing the audio, and I had the video on my phone. So our first couple Jones was there. We tried another studio. They was on some flunky shit. But the last studio after that, we found a home. We pretty much did all the seasons there afterwards. Definitely. And yeah, we coming in on 2 years now. 2 years officially in April for sure.
And congratulations, yeah. 2 years strong for real. So how long was it before y'all started getting recognized? You know, when everybody try to make the YouTube, they put out videos. Even artists, they put out a lot of songs, but they don't get the feedback or the views that they looking for. So how long did it take for y'all to start getting, you know, the views that y'all got?
Yeah, like I think like it's funny because like not even the people that's my age group, it's like the people that's younger that reach out and they start tuning in, and when they share it to their friends, shit go a little crazy. Then you got the older people that's older than me, like, you know, uncles and shit like that.
Right.
Once they start tuning in, then you got the old head crowd getting in. So once that started happening, we started getting a little bit more, you know, recognition. People started viewing it more, get more audio listens and stuff like that. Okay. Then like randomly people from other states be listening and shit. Shout out to y'all.
Fact, shout out to the people in them other states listening, man. Cause what? I remember my first time touching that. I said, let me see what's going on. And I'm not gonna lie to you, honestly, I feel as though when people make podcasts, they don't know what to talk about. The conversation be dull. It's like, you know, it be all over the place. But honestly, when I first clicked in on y'all podcast, the Big Stepper Podcast, it was definitely a different type vibe in there.
Yeah.
You could tell it was like a brotherhood type thing.
Yeah.
So, all right, Big Stepper Podcast. How did y'all come up with the name Big Stepper? You know, a lot of people out here, they feeling as though in order to be a stepper, you gotta be a killer, you gotta be some type of shooter. But like I said, my definition of Big Stepper or a stepper is a family man, somebody that take care of business, somebody that can provide for their family, be there when they're needed. You see what I'm saying? Not just no killer. It's two different type of steppers out here. You got a child and you got a man. You see what I'm saying? So how did y'all come up with the name Big Stepper?
The way the name came out was pretty much everything you said. Like me and my partner, we both, first of all, you can look at it from the aesthetic standpoint. We both big niggas, so that you get the big stepper from there. But then you look at the literal term of it, like you said, a stepper is somebody take care of their family, always there when you need them. They handle business pretty much.
Thanks.
So one day we were just talking, and I'm going to give my partner the credit. He came up with the actual name. He said Big Stepper Podcast, and like sometimes you be like fucking up in your mind, like, damn, what can we name this jump? But once he said that, I said, say that again. He said it again. I said, that's it. Snap my hand.
There it is.
And we had it from there. And pretty much it just embodied what, we started it all about. We want to, like bring people in and talk about what they got going on and like pretty much put everybody else out in the forefront. So it's pretty much what we've been doing, and we just big stepping.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of songs at the time named Big Stepper and people talking about Big Stepper. So it all just made sense.
Yeah. I definitely respect that. That's definitely different. That's why I said it's not about the visual, how people see it, the name of the Big Stepper. No, to be a stepper, once again, to me, you gotta be a real man. And it's not a lot of real men out here. It's a lot of little boys still running around that think they in men's shoes, but it's a lot more than just being a killer, a shooter, somebody out here trapping. That's not what it's about.
Yeah.
That's not
it's levels, man.
For real.
Definitely levels.
Tell me how y'all run a business. Like, what's some things that y'all do? How y'all come out with the ideas y'all come out with, the conversations y'all come up with? How was them things boarded up? Like, how do y'all just come right out freestyle, or are y'all write it down first and then come to the studio? How y'all do y'all?
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, it's not much writing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we do come up with specific things to talk about. Me personally, I don't be writing shit down. I do got a notes on my phone. Like sometimes I write it down if I need to, if I got guests or something like that. But like a lot of times I don't write it down. So for example, I handle all the uploading and the descriptions and shit like that.
Okay.
I use something called Buzzsprout for mine. A lot of people use Anchor, which I think I'm going to end up transferring to Anchor for different reasons because you can record on there and stuff too. But these last year or so, I've been using Buzzsprout. Pay a little subscription every month. You can upload all your stuff on there first, so you get a certain amount of hours to upload each month. Okay. So I think I'm at like 8 to 10 hours, something like that. So that's just enough for me. So we only do like 4 episodes at the most a week. And a month, maybe 5. YouTube, I handle the YouTube with the uploads and shit like that too. I just enjoy doing it, and I got an iPhone and a MacBook and all that, so it just makes sense.
Okay.
So I do that part. Pretty much, I try to always incorporate Jay as far as the topics. See what he want to talk about. Anything that's new that's going on. We got our, we got our broader topics. When we just like kind of space out sometimes, we get into different topics. When you get into your main topic, and if we bring somebody on, and the purpose of it though is like if we bring somebody on, we want them to elaborate on what they got going on. So if you got a business, anything you got going on, you sell clothes, we want to exalt you and put you out there in the forefront first, tell your story, and then we get into our other topics. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be general stuff that we just want to talk about in general, or something that might mean a lot to the person that's coming on the show.
Okay.
Then you got this thing that's going on in current events and stuff like that. So we try to mix everything up within. We don't really go over an hour and a half too much, like an hour and 30-something minutes.
What?
We had maybe 2 episodes that was 2 hours.
What? Definitely. Yeah. I was about to say, because it's a lot of podcasts out here, 2-3 hours.
Yeah, I can't do it. I mean, I even came up, we had this joint called Battle of Sexes. I think you probably seen that. Yeah. We did about 2 of them. We got another one coming this season. Don't worry, y'all. But Battle of Sexes is one of my favorite genres because it's like got the chicks up there, the fellas, and we going at it, but it's respectfully.
Right.
So that was one of my favorite things to do. But yeah, we pretty much every week we would sit down and talk about what we're going to do as far as the guests that we having, and then our current events, and then the regular topics that we have. So we sit down, put our minds together. I don't really write nothing down, but once I get there, it's kind of like I've been doing it for a while now, so it's just like this.
Right.
So that's pretty much the business of it. We had an engineer that we was working with. I think we just about good with what we got for the next season, season 4. So we just about ready for that. So business part of it is cool. We ain't really making a lot of money right now, but it's coming.
It's cool, right? You
Yeah.
just gotta stay down. It's definitely on its way. So how many seasons do y'all have?
Got 3 seasons in the books for sure. So the next season gonna be season 4. So we got like 50 episodes.
50 episodes.
This season I want to do a lot more episodes. By the end of the year, I want to get to 100.
Facts.
That's my
a big
goal.
Big
My personal goal to get to 100 episodes by the end of the year. Then maybe we celebrate that.
That's definitely a
Yeah.
big goal. So a couple more questions before we wrap it up. So tell me, Dell, how you feel about the podcasting business?
Podcasting business is very it can be lucrative, you know what I mean, but you got to know people. You got to be consistent. You got to be patient. I've seen people get paid off of it. People in Philly getting paid off podcasts. Niggas doing shows. Niggas got a lot of listeners, YouTube followers, and views and stuff like that. So it's ways. You just got to find your niche, stick to it, and follow everything else and keep going. You know what I'm saying? It ain't easy, bro. Like, it's a podcast at the end of the day. You asking people to take time out of their day on a weekly basis and listen to what you got to say, even if they feel like you're nobody. So it's like, it's hard to really, really say. But the business itself, like I've seen people that's, like sign art, like people that's been artists and shit like that. They have podcasts now, they making it big, Some people start out with a name, so it's a little easier. But, I like getting it from the muscle, you know what I'm saying?
There it is.
Getting all my business in order right now. So by the time the next couple months come, we get the merch and everything popping. We're just going to keep growing from there. There's plenty of avenues to get the money from, man. And I listen to other podcasts that give game on, how you can, make money and, get your podcast out there and your buzz and more listeners and shit. So I just listen to that. I just want to be a student of the game and keep it pushing and keep growing.
That's what it's about. It's about learning more than you can actually tell somebody. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes we need to learn more than what we actually try to, dish out, because sometimes I'm not going to say the information be wrong or the information not valid, but sometimes it's better to learn than to try to be the teacher all the time. You see what I'm saying? Student, then the rest of the how it go. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, and I try to personally, I don't want to be that guy that's out giving false information. So I try to really study shit before I literally say something or try to quote something. I don't want to be quoting the wrong thing or giving out any misinformation. That's always bad. People do that on their platforms. That's not cool.
So you said it's like a couple people out here still that's making money off of their podcast. Yeah. How do you make money off of a podcast?
Man, a few ways. You can do live shows like we just did. We made a couple dollars.
For real.
Listens.
All right.
You can get ads. So once you get into the ad game, then you get a little percentage and stuff like that. Sponsors.
Okay. Yeah.
So say for example, if you get a sponsor and say they give you money towards your show, or even if it's like a liquor sponsor, they give you bread or they give you liquor or whatever they give you, you know what I'm saying? That's going to help you out in a sense where, you're not going to have to pay for it. And, you're going to generate funds if you're selling something, or even at a spot, you get a cut of that. So if you got like a live show and you got a liquor situation, live show, well, the people that's holding the show, they're going to get the bulk of the money, but you're going to get a percentage of it also. So you get a split from that. Like even if you do the show like I did, we got a split from that. Other places where you can sell tickets, you can just sell tickets for a show and you can get money like that. A lot of people like got YouTube and shit like that. You get bread off of that. It's harder like on the Spotify and shit like that because you got to have so many listens to get a certain amount of bread. Wow. But people making money different ways. Like I said, podcast in Philly, Larry and Lionel is the two guys just like us. They material is a little bit more raunchy out there, but shit, they selling out City Winery, the big John. Like, they selling out the big John. So like shit like that is just like something to look up to. Like I salute them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, what I'm saying, get there.
For 150 and you got what 120, that's a big sellout too. Yeah. And you just started. That's what you gotta think about it as well. See, a lot of people like they already established or they got the connections.
Right.
It's from the muscle. So actually, if you ask me, that's a sold out date right there.
Personally, yeah.
Definitely.
Personally, yeah.
So what you like most about podcasting?
I like being able to express myself. I like when people. I always had that thing where people listen to me, like literally. So it's like when I'm on the podcast and I know that people want to listen to me and usually feel what I'm saying for the most part. It do something for me, man, because I like my voice to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Like I like showing love. I like having people on and You know what I'm saying? All that. So like, yeah, my main thing is just like being able to express myself, give my opinions about certain stuff, and just be real, like be out there and have my voice be heard. That's my biggest thing about podcasting. The creative part, that's good too, but just being able to be heard, man, that's a lovely thing.
Actually cherishing it.
Yeah,
You like what you do. You
right.
cherish it. You don't just do it just because everybody else in the city doing it. You
Yeah,
really cherish what you do. I like that for real, because not everybody be into what they're doing. They just want to do it because bro over there doing it, or bro just came up with the idea. So hey, let's just do this. Oh, it might not hit the same for
right.
real.
Like,
That's
yeah, I'm
definitely
doing it because
big
that's what I
facts.
really. I'm sorry, this is what I really want to do. So, I'm passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes you might run into a little but rocky road, but I always come and pull through somehow.
Facts. So how do you keep your business rolling? So what I mean by that is, a lot of businesses, a lot of podcasts, or just artists, me in particular, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like they'll start something and then 4 or 5 months down the line, it's a wrap. They don't do it no more. It's something that popped up that just now they on to something totally different. So how do you keep everything in a nutshell, basically? How you keep everything copacetic, keep it going, keep grinding?
Shit, to be honest, like I really motivate myself a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Because it's something I really want. So I feel like at the end of the day, there's not really no giving up. There's been times I'm like, man, I ain't getting no bread off this shit, man. I'm done. But at the same
Facts.
time, I really love doing this.
I've been
It's like a
there.
second job. It's a part of my life now. So it's
Facts.
like every time I get that feeling like, man, I don't want to do this. Man, I'm like, man, I got to, man. There's no way I can stop me. Even with my partner, I encourage him. I gotta be on his ass. Like, we gotta keep going, bro. There's no way I ain't stopping for
Facts.
nobody. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? It's not too many things that's gonna make me stop at this point. Like, I'm at this point now where I'm like, shit, man, we can only go up. So it's like that's my motivation. Like hearing feedback from my family, like every
Hmm.
now and then my pop say something to me, my mom, aunts, people that I would never think that would even pay attention to this stuff.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That
Definitely.
shit just be like, damn, I gotta keep going.
It's the
It ain't it ain't, it
respect.
ain't, it ain't all about money. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I want to benefit from it financially, but at the same time, if I can like change lives and shit like that, that's cool too.
And that's the big point right there. See, it's like you can change a life just by a quick, yo, straighten up,
Yeah,
tighten up. You see what I'm saying? Or somebody just watching you express yourself, or just tell your side of the story, where you came from or how you came up. See, and that's what it be. A lot of these young cats out here,
yeah.
talking about young cats, is it's like,
No, yeah,
a lot of the young boys out here nowadays, they just, once again, they want to be robbers, shooters, and all of that because they see their big homie doing that, but don't even know they big homie a chump. You see what
yeah.
I'm
A lot of
saying?
times, yeah,
For real. And it's honestly, man, they give up so fast. So you ain't even know. They didn't even know. They turn that YouTube on, they click on Big Step podcast. They see Dove speaking his true life story. They see whoever that got any podcast that's actually speaking and trying to
yeah.
teach the youth something, not just out here flashing the money and doing that. That can actually change a young boy lifestyle, because
All
they can
facts.
really tap in and really see something for themselves. And okay, he was at this position. I'm in that position now. So I can get up, I can grind, I can go do something. So that's definitely different. So, keep going. I like that. You see what I'm saying? Stay in it. Keep everything rolling the same
Yeah,
way. Excuse me. Keep everything rolling the same way.
yeah.
And just, not up the progress, but stay level, but continue to keep your foot on the gas.
Oh,
Don't slow
definitely.
down,
And
for
we definitely
sure.
about to get the gas rolling even more, man. Gotta go 100 miles per hour, man. Like I got so much shit that I want to personally accomplish with this podcast shit. So, me and my partner, we not always on the same page or whatever, but that's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we're
Facts.
gonna have times where we don't agree on creative differences and shit like that. But it's the same goal, I should say.
Big
Same goal at the
facts.
end of the day. And I'm
Same
just gonna stay
vision.
true to myself no matter what.
Okay, yeah, that's all that's to it. You gotta just know what you want. And then sometimes it's like, if you don't want the same thing, I can't. All right, it's not about you wanting the same thing, because a man can't dream the same thing as
Right.
you dream. You see what I'm saying? But if your drive a little bit different than the next person, if you doing 80, 90, and a 60, and they were literally doing 60 and a 60, we not the same, man.
Yeah.
Because I got my foot on the gas.
There's
You get what I'm
levels for sure.
saying? For sure, definitely. I definitely feel that. You see, and it's all respect. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to make a person step on that gas. You gotta make them, bring that dog out of them. So I definitely feel that. But my next
Awesome.
question: everybody do podcasts. Everybody trying to do something. It's
Yeah.
podcasters, rappers, interviewers. however many people out here, it's all in the same category. What separates your business and your podcast from other people in the same business as you?
That's a good question. I just want to say, man, we real, man. At the end of the day, it's two real guys. Vulnerable. Try to be as
Right.
vulnerable as possible. I know I do try to be as vulnerable as possible. We're not chasing the moment, or we're not chasing the viral moment or nothing like that. We're not the only ones in the city. There's a couple podcasts that's not really chasing viral moments,
Facts.
but I want to put us in that category where we keep it real, easy to listen to, unbiased conversations.
Facts.
Anybody can listen to us at any age. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what makes us who we are. Big Step of Podcast. We great at sports. That's one of our strong points also. So we got that coming back when we come back to season 4. We coming hard with the sports. But yeah, I just think we just different. We two different, totally different people, I should say. I'm a single dude, no kids. My partner got a wife and kids. So we coming
Okay.
from two totally different backgrounds, two
Facts.
different lifestyles. Some shit he do that I don't do, vice versa. So I think that's what makes us able to get on a podcast and still,
Right.
without
Two
ever
different
being any
sides.
crazy shit. Yeah.
Facts.
So I think
Definitely.
that's what differentiate. I'm sorry, differentiate us for
It's
sure.
okay. No
Yeah.
problem. For real. All right. So if I wanted to start a podcast, what would my first step be? What should I do to start a podcast? If I didn't know nothing about podcasting, if I ain't know a lick about nothing, and I say, you know what, I want to start a podcast, what would my first step be?
Hmm. Know yourself. So if you know yourself,
That's the
then you
biggest
should be
one.
able to know what kind of audience you want to speak to. So once you get that, then you can start thinking about a name, an area where you would record, who you would want to work with. But it starts here first. Start with yourself. You know
Facts.
yourself. Then you can know who you're going to reach out to when you start talking, what you want to talk about, what do you want to base it on. Like some people got podcasts that's more culture based, sports based, relationship based. So once you figure out the small stuff, then you think about the business side, like, well, where I'm going to record at,
Right.
where I'm going to do this at, who I want to be on my team and stuff like that. But start off with your personal stuff first, I would say.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That helped me out a little bit. You said,
Yeah,
see, man, that definitely helped me out a lot, for real.
sure.
So, money plays a big role in everything, for real, man.
Facts.
And sometimes we don't have the funds. We don't. It'd be hard to get everything together. We just got the idea to do something. We feel as though we can be super creative, but we need the funds to do it. So, how was you able to get the funds, or was it hard to get the funds up for the podcast, the things that you had to get from the equipment, from the business, like the where y'all was going to record at? You know, just adding up to everything where y'all at now.
Shit, man. I'm gonna keep it funky, man. I've been winging it since, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a job, you know what I'm saying? I get paid every week and
Right.
shit like that. I ain't going like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, life is still going on outside of the podcast. So there's been weeks where I'm like, damn, I gotta pay for the studio this week. Fuck. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I canceled before, I think, because I'm like, no, not this week. You know what I'm saying? Early on, you know what I'm saying? But like as time passed, you just learn how to manage shit more. So at this point, I don't think nothing's gonna stop me as far as financially because I'm so invested in it. So I know that I gotta put my money out. But in the
Right.
beginning, it was a time like, damn, I gotta pay this bread this week. You know what I'm saying? Or, yo, can I pay you next week? I'll pay you double. A
Right.
couple times I did it, maybe twice. But outside of that, it was just a matter of making sure I manage my money throughout the week to week so that when it is time to record, I was good. You know what I'm saying? Because then I had to provide liquor and water and shit like
Right.
that. So, I mean, it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? But mentally, if you there, you already know what you got to do. So it don't stress me out a lot. At this point, I ain't been spending no money lately because we ain't been recording. But I start spending a lot of money again. So
Facts.
I'll be ready for it. It's just part of the game, man. You got to spend money to make money. I'm
Right.
saying
Right.
I ain't spending money to the point where it's like drying me out. But it's like a hobby turned into a profession. So you gotta spend money in the beginning a lot. You know what I'm saying? Until everything start turning over, and then we just start bringing in the money.
And it's like you said, you still winging it. You see what I'm saying? And that's a lot. A lot of people won't keep it honest, for real. They say, "Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." It's hard to do it. It's hard out here. It's literally hard, man. It's 2023. If you still out there
Yes.
doing fraud and faking it to make it, I
Yeah.
can't agree with you. I can't mess with that because once again, I mean, I'm not gonna say because everybody they got different styles. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Different styles for different folks, but faking it to make it. Just be real with yourself, and you don't gotta fake it to make it. You see what I'm
Being
saying?
real, being
So
real with yourself take you a long place. Take you a
facts,
long place for sure.
facts.
I just tend to keep it real as much as I can, man. Like I said, I'm winging it out here. I ain't hurting, but I take care of a business, man. Whatever I gotta do, man. It's about the podcast. I don't have no serious situations or nothing like that. So at
Right.
this point, outside of my family, I put this shit first. I go to
Facts.
work still, you know what I'm saying? But my podcast is my baby, so I gotta do what I gotta do for it.
Dub, I want to see you blow. I hope
Appreciate it.
the big step of podcast, excuse me, I'm sorry, the big step of podcast really blow because once again, a lot of people just get these microphones, they get the setups, and they think they can just talk about anything.
Yeah, some people get on that microphone and change to another person.
A whole different
Yeah.
person for real, man. So definitely gotta keep it cordial, be yourself. Stay true, man. Stay true. Don't be no fraud out this joint. You lying on yourself. You don't do this, you don't do that, man. Keep it cheesy with yourself. And you ain't gotta be the top gangster. You ain't gotta be the top shooter, top killer. It's all about being real with yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah. Know
For
yourself.
real. Any advice for the youth coming up or anybody that's looking to start a podcast? What do you think they should do and how do you think they should go about it?
I mean, I don't want to say the start process is easy,
Right.
but if you're starting from a young boy standpoint, like I know no young boys got a podcast.
Facts.
So if you're a young boy, 16, 17, you want to start a podcast, then y'all got it good because the people y'all going against, I'm not saying everybody it's all competition, but y'all in the same lane. So if you starting at 16, 17, man, like I said, know yourself, know what you want to talk about, and get your other business in order. Holler at somebody that got a podcast already. Get a little mentor, somebody that can work with you. You know, watch podcasts. I watch podcasts, bro. Like I've been watching podcasts since 2016. So that was the thing that, got me like, damn, I can do this shit. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So you gotta watch podcasts also. That's another thing. If you want to be a successful podcast, I think you should watch other pods.
That's
Successful ones and ones that's coming up in the game. You know what I'm saying? So young boys, get out them streets. It ain't
facts.
it.
That's
And
big
there's so much
facts.
other shit you can do, man. Get a trade, man. There's a lot of stuff you can do, man. Just get out the streets, man. If you want to start a podcast, so be it. If you don't want to be a rapper, you don't have to be a rapper. You can be a podcaster. You can go to school. You don't gotta go to school. Get a trade. You gotta do something though, man. Don't get caught up out here, man. There's a lot of opportunity for us these days, man.
Facts. Last part of the interview, man. I got a couple questions you just answered from the top of your head.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Smoking or drinking?
Drinking.
Looks or personality?
I ain't gonna believe me, personality.
Dark skin or light skin?
Dark skin. Like
Toxic,
y'all.
toxic or healthy?
Healthy all day.
Oh man, I feel you though. Tall or short?
Short.
Short. I feel you for real. Oh man, boy, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you again, Doug, for coming on to Locate and Made It. Thank you for being the first person on the episode 1, season 1, man.